jingle bells. Where are they? The wife has them. The substitution. Let's see what we can do. Let's go again. Here we go. Cutting through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh. O'er the fields we go, laughing all the way. I don't know the words. Spirits fly. What fun it is to ride and sing a sleigh song tonight. Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Hey, oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. All right, welcome back, everybody. It's Tuesday, Museday. And just like the Who's in Whoville, we had jingle bells without any jingle bells. All right, my wife is also a music therapist. She might be listening to this broadcast, but she has both sets of jingle bells. It's okay. I don't really need them. I'll need them tomorrow. We share them. All right. So excited. Thanks for being here. I've got a couple videos to show you. I have a question for you about an instrument that I don't know, and I don't know what it is. So I'm going to put it out to the community to investigate. I think I have it lined up. I might not. I might have to do some editing on the fly. I just did an interview today on community music making. I'm going to show you an excerpt. I'm just in the process of editing a new holiday video that's a collaboration with some other musicians like the one I did last year. A new Christmas song done in a samba style. And if you're wondering why I didn't play those loops, is because I went over to the looper and I was going to start putting in all the parts, and they were already there because I didn't erase them. So I just thought, well, I'll just play them. But I do have some instruments to show you guys. We'll come back to this later. Maybe we'll use these as part of the Gimme Five a little bit later. That'll be fun. In the meantime, I'm going to go over to the desk. We'll say hello, and we'll get started with this 10th installment of Tuesday Music. Can you believe it's already number 10? That's 10 weeks, 10 Tuesdays. All right, 10 Tuesdays and counting. I'm going to go to the desk. Hang on, I'll be right there. Alrighty, folks. Yeah, welcome back. Hey, everybody. Rebecca, Daryl, flag animation stuff. Lacey, Martello. Am I saying your name right? Martello? All right. And who else is here? Anyone else? Roseanne, of course. Thank you, Roseanne, for moderating, keeping all these rowdy people in line. I know it's hard. But no, I appreciate your help with, everything, including not just here now, but before, Roseanne, we toss ideas back and forth, and we ask the question, how can we better serve the community? How can we make this even better? So I appreciate that. All right. So I want to get right down to playing a video for you guys. This one is, so this is a forthcoming, I hope this week. I hope we get it out this week, because after Sunday, it's not going to mean as much. It'll still be nice, but we wanted to get it done before Christmas. And this is called Rooftop Samba. You'll hear a little bit of the tune in this. This is just an excerpt of the percussion breakdown, and this is not part of the finished video. I just made this from my editing, and all right, Martello. Martello. I know I'm confused because I say martillo for hammer. All right, I have to brush up on my Spanish. This is just something I put together for you guys for today's show. And you'll see four of me playing some instruments, and try to name them all if you can in the comments. All right, I'm going to play this and we'll be right back. So watch and then put all 4 instruments' names in the comments. All right, here we go. What do you think? And no, I'm not wearing the same shirt. That's a different shirt. All right. And, from Portugal. That's right. Martello. See? Still confused. Oh, by the way, awesome World. I don't know if you guys are World Cup fans. I really got into it. And congratulations to Argentina. And I want to say France and all the teams. They all were fantastic. And, but, what a great final. What a great, 10 minutes in, we thought it was going to be the most boring thing. Like, France looked completely out of it. And then they caught on fire a bit. And, we know how, some of us know how it ends. I'm not going to spoil it for you, but, I guess I already did. They were all great, though. And even their acting skills, it's not just, they can't just play soccer. They can also act, which is part of it. Believe me. You got to draw the foul where you can. All right. So what instruments do we have? And see, I figured one of them was gonna throw you guys for a loop a little bit. Yeah. So anyone else? Come on, you guys. We've only got a couple people participating in the instrument naming. It's okay if you don't want to do it. I just thought it'd be fun. Conga was one of them. Shaker, definitely. But the other two, I'm waiting. Yeah, it's not a cowbell. It's another kind of bell. It's usually used in Brazilian music. And then the drum, the big drum is not easy. That's why I kind of thought it'd be fun to try to name it. We'll see if anybody. So martello, you have 3 out of 4. Not quite an adabaque, not quite a timbale. So it's not quite. Atabaque is a little bit different drum. That's more like that's more like a hand drum, like a conga drum, Brazilian style conga drum. Agogo is correct for the bell. Yes, we're zeroing in. So yeah, timbale is kind of it's I think in Brazilian music, you guys could look it up. Look up Brazilian bass drums and maybe find it. But this one is the kind that you would play. It's not a surdo. Surdo would be the outdoor type, like marching. This is more of the indoor version. And it's an awesome drum, this particular one. Actually, let me go over there. I'm going to go over there and keep talking at you because I want to show it to you. And then we're going to watch a video. All right, I'll be right over there. Switching cameras and switching mics. Okay, let me show you this drum. And I'm not going to show you the overhead camera. Well, let me turn it on. It's not even on. I'll let it warm up. So this drum, look at this. First of all, it's big, but it's light. It's very light. It's kind of super thin. The head is like a naga hide. It's like like a car upholstery. And it also so it produces this really low tone, and this brand is Contemporânea. Contemporânea is a very popular brand in Brazil, reputable brand. I'm going to turn, I also have a mic right here that is for the low sounds. That's just what that's for. It just picks up the low stuff. So when I combine it, if I turn this overhead down a little, because that's kind of bright. So I turn it down. And then I turn the bass one up, then we get a lot lower sound. So this drum is called a Tantan. T-A-N, T-A-N. And it's you play it like this across your lap, and it's used for, I think, now, I'm not an expert in this, but I want to say pagode music. You could use it for different styles. I was just kind of using it as a samba, like a surdo kind of thing. But you can also tap the side like I was doing. So you can tap rhythms up here, play rhythms over here. You've got muted and open. Isn't that an awesome sound though? It's just beefy. It's deep, really fun. Okay, let me turn, oh, that was already off, never mind. Okay, so that's Tantan, and we had agogo, shaker, and conga, which is like the atabaque, actually. But then conga wouldn't be traditional in Brazil, but it doesn't matter because I'm just making up stuff right now and playing, hybrid. That's what, I am a hybrid person. So I play hybrid music. The other sound that was in there is the little triangle, and I was kind of playing upbeats. Hang on a second. And so let's listen. Right? So kind of playing upbeats. And then you could add, we could add kashishi. I had this shaker, which is really cool. I'll show you, I think I can show you the overhead now. Let's see. I'm gonna focus it. So this shaker, I know there's a little square on there. It'll go away in a minute. This is a combination of egg shakers that have been glued together. And I did buy this from a guy who I think either made it or got it from somebody else who made it. So somebody was gluing together these egg shakers, but really nice combo. And I have two of these. Somewhere there's a green one. I think the green one is a little more coarse sounding. But really nice, effective. And then these are the agogo I was using. In the video, I used a smaller set. Clack them together. All right, so that's what was going on in the video. So look for that. That's going to be coming out. That's called Rooftop Samba. It's up on the rooftop, I guess, is the song, and it's featuring Julie Homey on piano, Jim Lutz, trombone virtuoso, friend of the channel. I'm also his patron. He's my patron. I'm his patron. And Jim does great trombone stuff. Also, my good friend and ex-college roommate, Jim Hirschman in New York. He's playing cavaquinho, which is a little ukulele-like guitar that they play in Brazil. He's playing cavaquinho and guitar. And then we have Toby, well, I can't remember his last name right now, on bass. He doesn't need a last name. It's Toby, the bass player. He did a great job. So I have all the parts now, and I'm just going to edit them all together. All right, let's go back. I want to show you guys this video, and then we're going to be introducing the Gimme Five stuff in a second, but we'll do that after the video. All right, so I'm going to go back to the desk. Hang on. Welcome back. All right. Yes, so I'm looking at some of your guys' comments on the Tantan. Yeah, I recommend him. I mean, it's a great drum. If you want to have like a Like if you're doing a small indoor drum circle kind of thing, or you want to just have a drum that produces a nice low tone, but you don't want to have a doon, right? A lot of people get doons. I love doons, but they're usually big and heavy. This is the opposite. This is big. Well, not quite. It's big and light, but it's a great sound. It's a really nice sounding drum. And you could use mallets on it. You could mount it like a conga and play down on the top. It's mainly made to be played across your lap. But now go research that. Look up Tantan and see what you find. All right. And you know what? I think I have to find this other video. I'm going to look for this while this video is playing, because I wanted to show you guys a video. I'll look it up. And so this, the next thing I want to play for you is a recorded video. I just posted this. It's for patrons. It's on the Patreon site right now. And this was a video that it's a conversation, and I'm being interviewed by somebody from Brazil, actually, but he's living in Amsterdam right now, Wagner Vasconcelos. And he contacted me and asked if we could do an interview and talk about community music making, community drumming facilitation, which some of you are interested in. Some of you may not be interested in that per se, but I recommend that you watch the video anyway, because it's all about connection and facilitation. And facilitation is facilitation. It doesn't matter if it's drumming or a conversation or a meeting or other kinds of things. You know, the strategies and the techniques that you could use apply to both. So if you're a teacher or you just want to communicate better, you know, with the people in your world, I would recommend it. You're not gonna lose out if you watch that. So that's on community music facilitation. This is a tiny excerpt from our over 1 hour conversation. I just wanted to share a little bit with you so you get a taste for it, and I'll see you on the other side. I think this is about 4 minutes long, maybe 4.5. We have to, you know, always you have to accept where people are, and you have to accept the situation. So here's what I would say to somebody who's thinking about facilitating this kind of experience, you know, with people who are doing music in a, let's say, a casual way, is that you cannot impose your own expectations onto the group. In other words, you don't correct people for doing things that they really can't do. You know, you have to accept that that they're doing the best they can. And so if you feel like they're doing the best they can, then you need to leave it and not stop. And because I've seen people like try to really correct people or try to train them, like, no, it's here, this is the beat, like do this, right? And that can actually be a little traumatic for those people because they're getting singled out. The spotlight is on them. There's a lot of pressure, and you're basically implying that, no, you're not doing, what you're doing is not good enough. You know, what you're doing right now is not right. So I need to fix it. You need to fix it, and you need to fix it now. And that's not in alignment with having fun and having community. And, you know, so you've got to be able to pick your battles, you know, do the best you can as a facilitator and accept that people are also doing their best. And yes, over time, they might get better. And with some guidance, it might be helpful, but you have to accept people, how they show
It was
up.
very interesting because you showed some tips. For example, you can do some visual signs, you can move your body, you can get close to them or tap on them. You show something that is like the body movement, the connection you create, that you get close to them. But also it's important to feel if you're not pushing too hard, right? It's very important to feel it. And then to go to the other part, as you mentioned, the cooperation part, where you're gonna have like when they will create something maybe, or how is this cooperation? How does it work?
Yeah, exactly. So I'll add one more thing to the, what do you do if you know, if it's too chaotic, let's say, if there's too much off the beat, you can back things up and move away from rhythm, for example. You can move away from steadiness into something that's more working with volume, for example, or working with timbre, working with sounds. and do, take rhythm away from the music for a moment and work with something else, right? Some other elements of music. Maybe you do a story and there's sound effects, right? So you can move into another area that's musical, but not requiring those kinds of skills, like rhythmic skills, right? So there are things you can do to change the experience. You can even do a song, but you could do it more free floating. It doesn't have to be really strict on the beat. So one of my strategy, and I'll just lay this out while I'm thinking about it, is that you have to look at music also as a constellation of elements and skills. One of those elements and skills is rhythm, but there's many more, right? There's dynamics, there's tone color, there's form, there's pitch, there's harmony, there's melody, there's all kinds of elements in music. So what we can do to facilitate musical expression is we can pick one of those areas at a time, and maybe we just do rhythm a little, but then we don't do lyrics or melody, harmony, form. We're not doing any of that. Or maybe we just go over to the form and we sort of move through the form. Okay, this is going to be A, B, A. So let's see, what is that? Let's do something that's A, B, A. So we get that part of it, and then maybe we do melody and forget about everything else. Or we just do the lyrics, right? So we separate things and we start to slowly add them back together until we've got the whole constellation of music. Because when we do a song, even if it's a song, we've already got lyrics, melody, rhythm, phrasing, form, dynamics, and maybe, timbre. We've got a lot of things we're doing.
Yes.
So many things. So break it apart and then you can put it back together. All right, welcome back. So that's just a little snippet. I'm pretty passionate about. Oh, sorry. Let me get the right mic on here. I'm pretty passionate about the community music facilitation and teaching. If you want to watch that, it's there now on Patreon, and you guys can see that. All right, we're gonna do the Gimme Five preparation right now. So the way this works is I've got a bunch of instruments here. I'll show you them in a second. Need to move my camera up. Hang on. This is how it works in the studio, you guys. Look at this. Boom. Okay. See? It's good to have your cameras on little goosenecks. So I've got these instruments here, and the way this works is you guys will pick. Oh, you can see the shotgun mic. You guys pick 5 instruments out of what I'm going to show you, and then later on I will do a live looping with one of your choices, one of your sets. And so here's what we have. I'm going to go through this pretty quick. So you've got large seed pods, we're going to call these. Large seed pod. Let me get rid of this. Hold on. Okay. Got rid of one thing and now I have another. Large seed pods. Small seed pods. It's very loud. Let me turn this down a little. Tambourine, all right? Kashishi. Wooden frog. The shaker, egg shakers. You can just say shaker. Tibetan bells. All right. Those are on the table, literally. Agogo. Little agogo. I don't know the name of this, but it does this. Let's call it a clack shaker or something, or clackerdoodle. It's 2 pieces of wood that clack together. I got this somewhere. I like it. All right, and then scraper, right? We could do a scraper. And then finally, what is this? So this we had last week, and this is the small Zenko, the element. We can use that. Okay, and then we're not done. So that's some of the small stuff. And then I will put on the table also the Tantan, the bass drum. You could pick that. And then over here, we've got a conga, darbuka down here, a djembe, and bongos. All right, so all these drums behind me, and then also cajon, right? Which I always have because I use it as my seat, as my chair. So now I know that's a lot, but you're just gonna pick a list of 5, pick a group of 5, and then I think we'll just keep the tradition of having Roseanne pick somebody. Gets me off the hook. Somebody who hasn't gone yet. Obviously, we have some people that repeat. So somebody who has not had their set of 5 things picked. So you guys work on that, and then I'm gonna go. Right now, I'm gonna go back and we're gonna do reflections of Yani. I have some new photos I'm gonna show you, and then when we come back, I'll do the Gimme Five composition, and we'll see what we can get going in terms of the music. Okay, stand by. Okay, so I did want to show you guys this video though, before we get into Reflections of Yani. I'm going to show you this quick video, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to edit. I have to put this video in here somewhere. So what I'm going to do is, let me see if I can put it on this slide, and I'm just gonna dump this video right in here right now. Amazing. All right, so my question is, I have a question for you guys, and that is, well, another question about what is that instrument that he's playing? Now, it looks like a little set of bata, and on his shoulder strap, it actually says bata something, and he's playing to a samba kind of rhythm, and I saw this on Facebook. Somebody had in Facebook Reels or something or whatever, and I just grabbed it because I thought, well, that guy is wailing. He sounds great. He's going crazy. And I love that he's got these 3 little tiny drums. So I don't know what that's called, though. Is it like a weird thing that somebody made up? Is it like a tourist thing of a mini bata and he just got it and turned it into something? I don't know. But he sounded great. So whoever he is, I don't know. It's on Facebook, you guys, so you guys can go find it. But by the way, I recorded that on my phone. So I was on Facebook and I just put my phone on record and I recorded it and then I stuck it in my computer and then I put it in the show for you. All right, so we're going to go to Reflections of Yani right now. Reflections of Yani. I've got some new photos for you. I want to show you some different ones. And here I am down here in the bubble. So while we're doing that, you guys keep working on your Gimme Five lists. And yeah, you can put them in there like Joshua put one in, put the list in, and then we'll select one and I will do it because I love pressure. All right, but right now we're going back in time. This is 1990 something, what, 2 probably? 1991 or 2. And this is at a rehearsal. I believe this is a rehearsal. It might be during a show. I don't know. And you can see there's Yani there with the lights on him. And then I'm up in the upper right. Charlie Adams, center drum set. Osama Afifi on bass over on the left side. Sachi McHenry playing cello. Charlie Bishrat playing violin. And up above me, up there, is Bradley Joseph's blurry head. So that's kind of fun. Now, one of the things I did talk about last week was because you get on tour, one of the nice things is when you go on tour, they take you all around the country and you can go all around the world with music, and then you have days off or you have the first part of the day, you could sneak out and go somewhere and do something. So here's a picture of me at Niagara Falls. I don't know why I felt compelled to like be like, here it is. Like, in case you couldn't focus your eyeballs on Niagara Falls. There it is. I look very excited to be showing that. But that's it. Yeah, Niagara Falls. Huge. Very misty. Very misty. So there I am. And yeah, it was nice to get up there. Now, we're going to go back to a very risque photo of me. Check it out. And so I had the long hair and the glasses and yeah, action shot. I don't know who took these photos, but I have them now. I don't know who took that one. But yeah, cool action shot from a gig or a rehearsal or something. So, and then I found this photo, which is the second year band. And I know this is the second year I was in it. And that is from left to right, Julie Homey, who I'm doing the collaboration song with, the one I just shared with you, Julie Homey. So I'm still in touch with Julie. She's a good friend. Bradley Joseph next to her, behind me, and then Yani, and then Sachi McHenry, cellist, and then Karen Briggs, violinist, Charlie Bishrat, violinist, Charlie Adams being goofy there, drummer, and Osama Afifi on bass. And that's pretty much like, you see how Osama is? He's all smiley. He's like that all the time. He's like the most smiley person in the world. Great guy. I don't know. I need to track him down and see what he's doing. All right. So that's it. So I don't know if it. So Martello, you suggested, is it Yoruban? Is it a Yoruban drum set? It might be Yoruban. I mean, it's very possible. I don't know myself. It's entirely possible. It could be. Yeah. So I don't know. We have to find out. All right. So do we have a Gimme Five set now? Because I don't. Do I have it? I don't see it yet. So anyway, let me have it, and I will do it. So do Gimme Five, and I'll go back over there and do it. In the meantime, while I'm doing this and getting ready, you guys please think about any questions you have, because we're doing Q&A after this, and then we're going to wrap up. So think about any questions you might have. And just as a reminder, before we do that, I do want to say that we did our percussion hang. This is not upcoming. We just did this, 2 days ago. And this is also posted now with our percussion hang with Miranda, and she was great. She was fabulous. Really, just such a pleasure to have her on the channel. So go watch that. It's right on the channel. It's already up, posted. But also go check out her lessons and she's doing online classes. And if you're in Southern California, I think there's even in-person opportunities for that. So. All right, we have the Gimme Five. It's come through on my end. So Rebecca, yay. Agogo, Small Seed Pods, Scraper, Tantan, and Djembe. All right, cool. All right, I'm going to try to remember that as I go over there away from my computer. So Agogo, Small Seed Pod, Scraper, Tantan, and Djembe. Yeah, awesome. Okay, let me go over there, get set up. I'll see if I can see. So I'll go. Small seeds, scraper, and was it Agogo and Djembe? No. What else? Tantan and Djembe. That's it. Okay, so these three. Let me turn this down. It's awfully loud in here. A lot of. Who left all these percussion instruments out? Okay, so what I'm going to do is get set up. Put this stuff over here. I'm just going to cheat. I'm going to use the same stick for the Agogo as the scraper. Don't tell anyone. Some people, if you do that, if I made a video of that and put it online, some people would have a field day with it. It's okay. People like to correct people on YouTube. I've learned that. And it's okay. Sometimes we need correcting. All right. And then for this, I want to turn the Tantan mic on. In other words, see this over here, this low one. And then we have djembe. Wow. So I got to warm up my hands. As you get older, you need to warm up more. It's important. So I probably won't go crazy on djembe, right? We'll just do a little. We'll do a little something. Okay, so what I like to do, and these are short loops, by the way. I've got the looper set up to 2 bars. It's just, kind of short and sweet. And let me see the rhythm. I don't know can you guys hear that? No, I don't think so. No, that's not coming out. So I have a rhythm I'm listening to. I actually want to change that. I'm changing the rhythm that I'm hearing right now. Just because it's going to affect the way I play. Oh, I'll change it to a funk beat. Let me see. Yeah, I like that. All right. Okay, so you guys can't hear that. It's just my guide track that I'm going to use. So what I'm going to do too is check the volume. I got to arrange these things. This guy takes up a lot of room. So let's just get the volume set here. So we're not blasting the speakers out or the microphones. See, even that's kind of loud for the mic. Normally I have the mic turned up a lot hotter for my voice, but when I record I have to turn it down. All right, so one of the things I was going to mention, just FYI, is when I do a quick loop recording, I try to start off with the most steady things first. So I might just start off with, like a shaker, and then maybe do the scraper, and then I'll go maybe Tantan, and then djembe. So I'll probably do that just because if you start with the most steady things, then it just makes everything else after that easier. So that's what we're gonna do. Start off with something like this. All right, here we go. Gimme Five. This is Rebecca's groove. Let's do it. All right, it's not recording right. I don't know why this thing drives me nuts. This thing. Yeah, so now it's set for 8 measures. I don't even know how that happens, you guys. This looper has a mind of its own, so it's just like it'll just change the settings somehow. So let me fix that. Let's see. Yeah, all the rest of the tracks are set for 2. Okay. 2 bars. All right. And I actually want to move the tempo up a little. Let's go up to 115. I'm going to make things a little brighter. That's all I'm trying to do, is make your day a little brighter. All right, let's go. Here we go. That was crazy, you guys. Well, I had fun. I don't know about you guys, but that was pretty fun. That's why having a looper, that's why you should have a looper. Because you just can go nuts. All right, nice choices, Rebecca. I hope you're happy with that. I'm pretty happy with it. I'm gonna go back to the desk and we're gonna wrap up. Q&A, send me your questions. Okay, that's not Q&A. This is Q&A time, as evidenced by the Q and the A. All right, what do you guys think? Any questions? Anything we can help with? Thank you for the claps, and I mean, not that you are giving me the clap, but clapping for me. Yeah. So now I'm warmed up. Actually, it takes a minute. I should, all right, I'll scroll up. I should warm up before the show just in case somebody asks me to play djembe, because now my hands are like, are we playing drums now? They're like, what's happening? We're usually working on cars. Now we're playing drums, it seems. All right, so let's get to your questions. I'm going to scroll. I'm scrolling. I don't know what, so retired DP, I'm going to run the tongue drum through I don't know what that is, GE100 and Hornet Blue amp. I mean, if you want to run your tongue drum through some effects amps or effects or anything, I think that's cool. That's fine. I've done that to a degree. And the guest we had on, now I'm spacing out his name. Who's the drummer that we just said? Andrew Toy. And he does all kinds of effects on his drums, and it's pretty cool. And I just did, I threw a little bit of effects on those. Not quite the same thing because I'm putting it on after the fact, but yeah, I like effect. I like amps and guitar effects on percussion. I think it's cool. So check it out. I'm just reading. What is my favorite instrument? So my first, it's kind of hard to say because I took guitar lessons when I was pretty young, but I found it too bulky and big, and I just got behind. I didn't keep up, and I got discouraged. I think I was only 7 or something, like kind of young for guitar. And then when I was about 9, I had trombone and saxophone in grade school. Like I played in the little orchestra, but I kind of did it, but I wasn't really, I think I was just doing it, to play in band, and that's fine. I wasn't super passionate about it. But then one summer, I took a summer class on drumming, and I really liked that, even though we were just playing with sticks on blocks of wood, literally just a block of wood. But I liked the rhythms and the drumming and in that. And then in middle school, about 8th grade, 9th grade, I got a drum set. And I was super excited about that. And so I feel like that was really my first main instrument where I got the instrument and took lessons and had a clear, idea of what I wanted to do, which was to play rock and roll and play in a band. So I did that, and that was great. I still love playing drum set, although I don't do it too often. It's not how I make a living, really. I make a living doing a lot of other stuff, but I do love drum set. It's a lot of fun. It's just fun to bash, on the drums and make music, but bashing is fun. Thank you for the comments about the djembe. So any other questions? What was my dad joke? I don't even know. See, I can't even tell the difference between my normal thinking and dad jokes. They just blend together for me. I guess that's sort of the definition of a dad joke, right? It's like a joke that it's a joke that only the person saying it thinks is funny. All right. Anything else? Oh, what instrument would I recommend in a djembe, darbuka, cajon, drum snare stakers as a melody element? Guitar, flute, accordion. I'm not sure I understand the question. Are you asking which drum would I recommend to go along with a melody instrument? I'm not sure I understand the question. Yeah, maybe let me know if you can clarify that. Now you guys are talking about whip cracking. By the way, I know Roseanne is an amazing whip cracker, student and performer of the whip. What do you call that? Whipping? Is it whip cracking? Is that what it's called? But yeah, pretty awesome. Okay, so Martillo, so which melody instrument would I recommend to go along with, like djembe, darbuka, cajon, snare drum, shakers, melody element? You know, I think I would say either the flute or accordion. If it's a higher pitched flute, maybe the lower pitched flutes tend to get lost if they get buried with stuff. Accordion is awesome, actually. Or what I have over here, the melodica or melodian. Is it melodian? This thing, which I used to use more. I should break this thing out again. It's kind of like accordion sound. And that is really fun. I've got some videos where I use this, and so you could hear how it sounds against other instruments. But I think something like that, where it's got kind of a, more of a focused, piercing tone, it works well with percussion because it cuts through and it's in a different sonic range, so you can hear it better. That's what. Okay, whip cracking. Thank you. I hope that answers your question, Marteo. Okay, what drum would you recommend on a budget? So that. Oh, wait, sorry. Oh, let me answer that, and then I'll try to find your question, Lacey. If you were talking to me, or I don't know if you were talking to Roseanne, but let me see. Oh, what else do I do besides percussion? For example, I build ship models. I have a sailboat. Oh, cool. Okay, good. Yeah. So I'll answer the instrument question, then we'll answer that question. So a drum on a budget, I actually just did this the other day because my stepmom was looking for a drum for my dad, and I recommended the darbuka, or what we usually call a doumbek, because they're lightweight, they're relatively inexpensive, they sound great, they're fairly easy to play, they're like safe on your hands, they're more gentle on your hands because they have rounded edges and everything. So I really like darbukas as they're also portable, and there's a rich history that goes along with them. If you want to go traditional style, there's plenty of instruction and music and rhythms and things out there. Or if you just want to get a drum to kind of rock out on your own, take to a drum circle or something, or take it on camping trip. So I really like the darbukas for that. Number two, I would say maybe a cajon. For similar reasons in terms of sound, affordability, playability, portability, all that stuff, cajons are great. So those would be my first two choices. And then you get into bongos, djembe, congas. If you want to focus on those, if you really love those, get them, or get one, get a conga drum. But a conga drum is quite a bit bigger, heavier, to transport around, not necessarily, camping friendly. Whereas the darbuka, you could pack up. So hobbies, I've really gotten into I like cars, I like driving, and I like older vehicles. During the pandemic, I restored a 1968 Chevy pickup, and I sold it, and now I have a 1971 Corvette manual convertible, red, of course, and it's in my driveway right now, and I work on it. I'm restoring it, which I do have a channel dedicated to that called Unboxed and it's on YouTube. It's kind of like a vlog, and I put up progress on that. You guys can go check it out if you want. But I like that. I like working on the old cars. And then I just recently bought a Mazda Miata 2004 just for doing autocross, which is like racing around cone tracks. It's not racing on a track, although I would like to do that at some point. So I guess, cars are kind of a passion. I also, I like to get outside. I like nature, get outside and do stuff, outside. And then, in terms of hobbies, that's kind of where I'm at right now. Exercise is always something I like, although I'm a little out of practice right now. I have to get back into a regular thing. I recently got an e-bike, an e-mountain bike, and I like taking that out, getting outside. I would go camping a lot more if it was a little more conducive. So yeah, I would say that's a thing I like to do a lot. We're gonna take a couple more questions, and then I've got to get going, you guys. And yes, I agree with Christiana. Christiana is that everybody calls every drum bongos, or you can answer, the bongos is the answer to everything. But yeah, literally when I was playing with Yani, everybody used to call me the bongo guy. Like that was, I swear to God, it's the bongo guy. Hey, you're the bongo guy. And eventually I was just like, yeah, you're right. I am. That's exactly what I am. Okay, Jose, hello. Playing with a band, how do you keep the percussion in harmony with the other instruments without overpowering it? I mean, that, gets to listening, and you just got to be sensitive and find the right balance. I would say that if you're playing with a band, though, and one of the things you want to make sure is if you're, as a hand percussionist, if you're playing with a band and it's electrified, you should also probably be mic'd. Because if you're not, you're gonna try to match your volume and just beat your hands up trying to play as loud as like an electric guitar or the drum set. So unless it's a very quiet band, then you could play acoustically. But I think if you have a mic, you'll probably play with more finesse. Is the point I want to make. If you don't have a mic, you might overplay just because you're trying to play loud. So ask for a microphone if you're in that situation. Okay, so I'm just scanning for any other questions, but I do want to say I appreciate you guys being here, and I think we're good on. Oh, the last question, and I apologize if you've already typed a question, but and Roseanne answered it, so I don't have to. There's about a 10-second lag from when you guys send a message to when I see it, because I'm actually using I'm not right on YouTube right now. I'm using a program, and then YouTube passes the stuff over to me. So there's a little bit of a lag on there. But yes, I use a Boss RC505 right now. I switched from the regular one, the first one, to the MK2. And the MK2, the last couple of weeks, I've had this issue where I'll set up the loops, and then all of a sudden I do something, and for some reason it changes the length of the loop, and I don't understand how that happens, or sometimes it'll change the tempo, and I don't know what I'm doing. There's probably some setting I need to go in and recalibrate. But yeah, I use the Boss RC505. I like it. There's a couple videos on my Patreon about that, and on the channel about the looper and what I do with it. I'm not an authority on the RC505. There's lots of great videos if you want to learn how to use it. I've shared how I use it, and I think it's a great practice tool. It's also a great tool for creativity and just having fun, messing around. But you can literally use it to record an entire song if you want. You could record all the percussion tracks for a song in the looper, and the quality is really good. In the new one especially, quality is really good. So you could get that. Yeah, and as long as you're here, why not? Let's ask if you guys either become a patron of the channel. If you like this kind of content, we are supported by people like you, patrons. Some of you are patrons on here, and if you're not, please consider just tipping in, chipping in. And tipping in, it's kind of like, it's no different really than other areas of your life where you might get a meal and tip $5, or you might get even, a a cup of coffee and spend $5 or $6 on a cup of coffee. If you spend $5 or $6 for a whole month of World Drum Club support, you think about all the stuff you're getting and how much longer it lasts than a cup of coffee. And you should be making your own coffee. I make my own coffee at home because I make it better than a lot of places. And it's way cheaper. So don't spend your money on coffee. Spend your money on World Drum Club and become a patron. And then if you want a very affordable way to get access to numerous courses, you guys, I used to make videos, right? I produced my own videos starting back in the 90s. And, these videos back then, one video would cost, you could spend $30, $40, $50 on one, VHS tape, one video or a DVD if it's an instructional video. These things were $40, $50. That's what we were spending back then, and we were happy to do it. Now, I have all of my videos, all my video content, like 6 or 7 or maybe more, because some of them are double DVD sets. I put all that stuff on Patreon for you guys for $20 a month. You get access to all that. So even if you're super cheap, thank you, Christina, for the super chat donation. Appreciate that. Even if you're a super cheapskate, and there's nothing wrong with that, but even if you were a super cheapskate and you didn't want to spend much money, join for $20 for 1 month and get all the videos, and then you can leave. And I won't even hold it against you. I would say I would happily accept that. Because if you need a deal, you got it. And if you wanna, donate more as an ongoing donation because you appreciate the channel, then that's even better. We appreciate that. I also do want to point out that I try to support other people. So the better this channel does, the better World Drum Club does, the more I can do actually for other artists and other people who don't have, a channel with 250,000 subscribers. And I feel very lucky to have that as just an individual. I don't have a big business behind me here. It's just me doing this. So thank you for subscribing and making World Drum Club what it is. We also, you guys, I should have a formal announcement for this, but I think the last couple weeks, we passed 1,000 videos on the channel. So there are more now. There's more than 1,000 videos now on World Drum Club, which is crazy, right? But pretty awesome. So, and it's because of you, some of you, not all of you. It's because of people like you that that now I understand when they say that it's people like you that support. It's not you. It's people like you. No, it's you guys. Thank you for hanging out and supporting the channel, whether it's just being here now or being here ongoing and chipping in and support. So we do appreciate that. So last call for super chat donations. If you don't know how to do a super chat donation, find out. I guess it's not too hard to do that. But we'll keep going with Tuesday Museday. Oh, thank you, Martello. Appreciate that. And yeah, and I just wish all of you a happy holiday, and we'll see you next week. I'll be here. We'll be back. I guess what was that? January 2nd? No. December 27th. I'm getting ahead of myself now. Have a Merry Christmas or whatever you celebrate, however you celebrate. Have a great holiday if it's this weekend, and then I'll see you guys next week before New Year's, and we'll try to do something special for that. Send us your requests. If you're a patron, drop me a message and let me know what you guys want to see, or if you have any ideas for anything we can add here or whatever, or have a feature on Tuesday Museday. This is your show. It's for you guys, so let me know what we can do for you. All right, we're going to sign off. Thanks again to Roseanne for facilitating. Remember to go visit us on Patreon. Here's the address, patreon.com/Kalani. And you can connect with me over there. That's not really what I wanted to do, where I wanted to go. But I put that guy over in one of my slides, and there he was again. Let's let him close it out And I'm going to go back to that video. And I'll see you guys next week. All right. Thanks, everybody. Have a good holiday. I'll see you next week.